Like to register for both in-person or absentee ballots, you can do so on the Virginia Department of Elections website online. But VCU Student Affairs is investigating the group after alleged incidents of hazing over a few days in October. Though it doesn't look like it now, St. Matthew's Lutheran Church Voting Center has been packed with people of all ages. Young families as well as the older population have all come to this church today in order to practice their right to vote. Right now, I'm in Chaco Bottom by Main Street Station, where right now Swap Meet RVA is happening. Hundreds of vendors all across Richmond, even the state of Virginia, are here to sell and share their wares for everyone. The 2025 Virginia governor election is set to have the most diverse ticket in state history. But what do VCU students feel about voting in this election?
I'm planning to do so because it was like a really big point in my AP ComGov class that voting in every election matters, not just the primary one. So I am planning to read up on that before I vote this year.
Freshman Angelia Lamb isn't the only student who feels voting is one of our duties. Poli-sci major Joseph Burton voices similar opinions.
So people should just get out and vote. I actually don't care who you vote for, but you just got to vote.
Thank you for welcoming candidates.
It's a diverse ticket on both sides. Two women are campaigning for governor. According to her website, Democratic candidate Abigail Spanberger is platforming for affordable housing costs, reproductive rights, lowering healthcare costs, and helping Virginia's workforce. For Republican candidate Winsome Earl Sears, her website advocates for reducing the cost of living, being tough on crime, and does not support trans athletes competing in their sports with their chosen gender. VCU Votes, a non-political organization, aims to increase voter turnout at the university.
I would say our dream goal is to have every VCU student turn up at the polls for every election. And so a lot of those programs are aimed at heading in that direction.
I spoke to Assistant Director of Civic and Community Engagement, Kelsey Jones, on how this election will affect students.
A lot of VCU students should be interested in the election because VCU is actually run by a board of visitors that are appointed by the governor. And so that board of visitors determines your tuition, policies on campus.
VCU Votes holds events across campus, mostly advertised on their Instagram page at VCU Votes. Early voting has already started in select locations in each county. If you'd like to register for both in-person or absentee ballots, you can do so on the Virginia Department of Elections website online. Reporting from Richmond for VCU Insight in the newsroom at VCU, I'm Blake Jokins. Though it doesn't look like it now, St. Matthew's Lutheran Church Voting Center has been packed with people of all ages. Young families as well as the older population have all come to this church today in order to practice their right to vote. So far, it's about 10 o'clock, and though it's not as busy as it was earlier, there's still constantly people moving in, coming to vote today. Many of the voters told me they feel like the federal government, and specifically Trump, is not speaking for the people. Elizabeth Wise believes that state-level change will make its way up the government chain.
Because I don't think that the federal is interested in the people. So if the local and the state, if we can get enough voices that are actually listening to the voices of, people who want to treat people well, and not take basic human rights away.
Bob McKegg, a longtime voter, believes every level of government needs to shift.
The Republicans are just following what Trump is doing, and I think it needs to change. They don't vote for the constituents, for the people that are living in their community.
Many voters identifying as Republican didn't want to speak on camera, but Republican canvasser Jonathan Lyle had this to say.
The government that leaves more money in people's pockets usually is the most efficient. There is a truism: if you give government money, it will spend it. It has been disappointing to me to see how Governor Youngkin has tried to cut tax rates and to let people keep more of their money.
It's been Blake Jokins for VCU Insight. Now back to you.